All right, family. Welcome back again to yet another installment of Yah's Word. Today, we're going to be getting into Genesis 24. It's a long chapter, so I ain't finna be long-winded about it. So, to my Hebrew brother out there, let's just go ahead and jump right in here so we can see what the Most High wants us to understand in this chapter. Verses 1 through 9 for me, brother, to get us started.
24.
1 through 9, 24. Yes, sir.
All right. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house, that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell. But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac. And the servant said unto him, peradventure, the woman will not be willing to follow me unto this land. Must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou camest? And Abraham said unto him, beware thou that thou bring not my son thither again. The Lord God of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that sware unto me, saying, unto thy seed will I give this land. He shall send his angel before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence. And if the woman will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and sware to him concerning that matter.
So, family, this passage here is about Abraham, the father of the covenant, making sure his son Isaac gets a wife from his own people, not from the Canaanites or from any other heathen nation. Why? Because the Most High has always been about what? Separation. He chose Israel, and he ain't interested in making or mixing his chosen people with the wickedness of the other nations. Abraham knew this, and that's why he made his servant swear to find a wife for Isaac from his own kindred. So this is about preserving the covenant, right? The Most High made a covenant with Abraham and his seed. That's us, Israel. And he made it clear that we are to remain separate from the other nations. This ain't about some modern day concept of racism or prejudice. This is about the Most High's plan for his chosen people. The Canaanites and the other nations were steeped in idolatry, wickedness, and sin. If Isaac had married one of them, it would have corrupted the bloodline and the covenant. Let me make this clear. The Most High is not playing when it comes to the separation. He didn't choose the Canaanites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, or any other nation out there. He chose Israel, and he expects us to remain what? Separate. That's why Abraham was so adamant about finding a wife for Isaac from his own people. He knew that mixing with the other nations would lead to idolatry and destruction. Let's go read it in the book. Deuteronomy 7, 3 and 4, right here, tells us right here on how we're supposed to remain separate from these other nations. And remember, these ones he's talking about here is talking about black people. So white folks, y'all can't say, oh, y'all being racist. Nope, these are black people here that he's talking about in these verses. So whenever you're ready, brother, Deuteronomy 7, 3 and 4.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
You see that right there? The Most High commanded us not to mix with the other nations because they'll lead us into idolatry. Abraham understood this. And that's why he made his servant again swear not to take a wife for Isaac from the Canaanites. This is about obedience to the Most High's covenant. We got Israelites out here today in 2024 thinking it's cute to be dating these other nations, running around talking about love has no color. And we all God's children. Abraham made his most trusted servant, the one who handled everything in his house, swear by putting his hand under his thigh, which was a serious covenant gesture back then, that he would not get a wife for Isaac from these Canaanites. You think you can marry a heathen and still be blessed? You think you can mix with the nations and still claim the Most High's promises? You're out your damn mind. The Most High has separated Israel from the other nations. And if you're breaking that separation, you're setting yourself up for destruction. Let's go to the book of Nehemiah. Nehemiah talks a lot about this. In Nehemiah 13, 25 through 27.
And I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Did not King Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God in marrying strange wives?
You see that right there? Right there. Even Solomon, the wisest man, fell into sin because he married heathen women. If you're out here marrying outside of Israel, you are setting yourself up for the same destruction. The Most High ain't playing with you. He's called us to be separate. And if you're mixing with the heathen, you're walking in rebellion. Now let's talk about Abraham's faith here. He knew that the Most High had promised him the land of Canaan for his seed. And he wasn't about to go backwards. When his servant asked if he should take Isaac back to Abraham's old land, if the woman didn't want to come, Abraham shut that down quick. He said, don't you dare take my son back there. Why? Because going back to Mesopotamia would have been a step backward, a step away from the Most High's promise. Some of you Israelites out here are trying to go backward, back to the ways of the world that the Most High took you out of, back to sin, back to wickedness. You're trying to mix with the heathen and still claim his blessings. But let me tell you something. If you're going backward, you're walking away from the Most High's promise. And you're setting yourself up for what? Destruction. Look what the Son of the Most High said here in Luke 9:62. Luke 9:62. Look what Yahushua said here.
And Jesus said unto him, No man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God.
If you're looking back to the world, back to sin, you're not fit for the kingdom. Abraham knew this. And that's why he told his servant not to take Isaac back to his old land. The Most High has called us to move forward, family, forward, not backwards. We got Israelites out here on these dating apps, swiping right on everybody. Don't even know if they're an Israelite. Don't care about preserving the bloodline. Just worried about how many followers they got on Instagram. Abraham put a whole oath on his servant about this. He said, if the women ain't willing to come back, don't you dare bring his son back there. Why? Because the promise was tied to the land too. And some of y'all thinking out there right now, but brother, times have changed. Nope. The Most High don't change. Let's go see him say this. Malachi 3:6. For all those people out there who say, oh, it's 2024. We don't live in Bible times anymore. Look what the Most High say in Malachi 3 and 6.
For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
We still got the same responsibility to preserve our holy seed, the same duty to maintain our separate identity, the same obligation to follow the Most High's pattern. And if we go to Hebrews 10, 38 and 39, watch this right here. Hebrews 10, 38 and 39 for more ammo.
Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul.
If you are drawing back to the world, back to sin, back to wickedness, the Most High has no pleasure in you. I repeat, the Most High has zero pleasure in you. Y'all need to stop looking backward and start walking in faith in what? Obedience. This is very simple stuff, family. Who cares what people say nowadays? Oh, love is love now. Love is love. It don't matter who you love. But the Most High care. This still is relevant today. We already read, he don't change. So let's continue down this rabbit hole of Genesis 24. And we're going to read 10 through 14 now.
And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master and departed, for all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia unto the city of Nahor. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day, and shew kindness unto my master Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. And thereby shall I know that thou hast shewed kindness unto my master.
So look at this servant right here. He took 10 camels and all manner of good things from his master. Let me tell y'all something. One camel could carry about 400 pounds. Do the math, Israel. This brother wasn't playing around with no corner store gift card. He brought substance. But watch this. Verse 11 says he made the camels kneel by the well at evening time, when the women come out to draw water. Y'all see this right here? This ain't no coincidence. This servant had strategy. He knew exactly where to be and when to be there. This passage is about the Most High's divine guidance, family, because it's him who's guiding this servant here for this strategy. And now he works through faith and obedience to fulfill his covenant. Abraham's servant didn't just go out on his own thinking he could handle it. He knew he needed the Most High's direction to find the right wife for Isaac, because this wasn't just about any woman. This was about the covenant. The Most High had already chosen Israel, and Isaac's wife had to come from the right bloodline, the right people. The servant prayed for a sign, not because he doubted, but because he wanted to make sure he was walking in the Most High's will. He asked for something specific: the woman who would offer him and his camels water. This wasn't about hospitality. This was about obedience to the Most High's plan. The servant knew that if the Most High was guiding him, the right woman would show herself through her actions. This is a picture of faith in action right here. The servant didn't just sit around waiting for the Most High to drop the answer in his lap. He went out, he made a plan, and he prayed for what? Guidance. Some of you Israelites right now are sitting around waiting for the Most High to do everything for you, but you're not putting your faith into action. You're not praying. You're not seeking the Most High's will, and you're not moving in obedience. Because we already know what James has already said to us. If we go to James 2:17 to read it, to reiterate again on how the Most High wants us to move in this walk. Again, that's James 2:17. We all know this verse, but let the other people hear it.
Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone.
You see this? Faith without action is dead. Poof! Abraham's servant didn't just sit there. He moved in faith. He prayed for the Most High's guidance. And then what? He acted. Some of you are out here saying you have faith, but you're not doing anything to show it. You're not praying. You're not seeking the Most High's will, and you're not moving in obedience. And then you wonder why you're not seeing the Most High's blessings in your life. Some of y'all are praying for a spouse, but you're sitting at home playing PS5. You want the Most High to drop somebody through your ceiling? Get up and position yourself where you are supposed to be. But here's where it gets good. Verses 12 through 14, servant prayed, Lord, bless me. He set up a specific test. A specific test. He didn't ask for some flashy miracle. He asked for something simple but significant. The woman who would offer him and his camels water. This was a test of obedience and humility. He said, let the woman who gives me drink and offers to water my camels be the one. Do y'all understand what he's asking for? Remember them 10 camels? One camel drinks about 20 gallons. I looked it up. That's 200 gallons total. This brother wasn't looking for no lazy woman. He wanted someone with a serving spirit. Because if we go to Proverbs 31 and verse number 10, we can see what type of woman he was looking for. Proverbs 31 and verse number 10, brother.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above the rubies.
Let me break this down for y'all in 2024. He wasn't checking her Instagram followers. That's what some dudes do. He wasn't worried about her waist to hip ratio. Y'all niggas know what I'm talking about. He wasn't asking about her credit score. He was testing her what? Character. 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 He wasn't worried about how she looked. He wanted to see, this servant wanted to see what she did. And some of y'all sisters in here need to hear this too. A lot of our sisters in this nation and around the world where we scattered at, posting thirst traps on social media, but can't even cook a meal. The servant wasn't looking for a model. He was looking for a help me. Somebody with a servant spirit. Because if we go back to Proverbs 31 and read verse 30, look at this. Another blueprint. Again, that's Proverbs 31 and verse number 30. Check this out, sisters.
Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
Look at the wisdom in this text, family. It showed hospitality. It showed work ethic. It showed kindness. It showed strength. And it showed servitude. And before y'all start complaining, this wasn't about finding someone to abuse, fellas. This was about finding someone worthy of carrying on Abraham's legacy. Someone who understood service was connected to what? Greatness. Because if we go to Matthew 23:11 and see what Yahushua had to say, look at what he says here. Again, that's Matthew 23 and verse number 11. Check out this.
But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
Y'all see that? It's right there. That's what he was looking for. Some of y'all got too much pride to serve. Y'all don't want to serve. Y'all want to be served. The Most High Son himself said, he that is the greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a humbling experience, family. That's humility. So these 5 verses about faith, obedience, and the Most High's guidance. A lot of y'all here who are in this walk, y'all talk about how y'all love the Most High. Y'all talk about it. I see it all over. But your actions don't show it. You're not walking in obedience. You're not serving. And you're not putting your faith into action. And y'all wonder why the Most High's blessings are not in your life. Let me tell you a little something. The Most High is looking for obedience. Not just words. No lip service. If you're not walking in this obedience, you're walking in rebellion. And you're going to get destroyed. Because the fire is coming. And if you're not walking in faith and obedience, you're going to get burnt up with the rest of this wicked world. And I don't want to see y'all go and live that fate. I don't want to see that happen to y'all. I want y'all to get this right. I want y'all to be able to walk on this path with your head held high, knowing that you on your way to the kingdom. But I'm giving you the blueprint on how to get there. The Most High is showing you through these verses on how to get there, family. It's a blueprint on how you are supposed to act. The way the servant is moving is the way the Most High wants us to move in 2024 and beyond. This ain't just some Bible story. It's real life. Because y'all going to read. As we continue to read, you're going to see how the Most High moves. You're going to see how the Most High rewards your hard work. So without further ado, brother, let's get back to Genesis 24. We're going to go 15 to 21.
And it came to pass before he had done speaking that, behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her and said, Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. And she said, Drink, my lord. And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him a drink. And when she had done giving him a drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also, until they have done drinking. She hasted and emptied her pitcher in the trough and ran again unto the well to draw water and drew for all his camels. And the man wondering at her held his peace, to wit whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not.
Look at how the Most High works right here. Before the servant even finished praying, Rebekah shows up. That's divine timing right there. The Most High doesn't delay when it comes to fulfilling his covenant, family. He's not sitting back waiting for things to fall into place. He's orchestrating everything according to what? His will. This is a reminder that when you are walking in obedience and seeking the Most High's guidance, he will answer you in his perfect timing. Something I'm still getting used to. Some of you Israelites out here are praying for the Most High to move in your life, praying for it. But you're not walking in obedience. You're not seeking his will, and then you wonder why you're not seeing his hand in your life. The Most High ain't going to bless you if you're walking in rebellion, family. You need to be in line with his covenant, just like Abraham's servant was, if you want to see his divine timing in your life. Check out Isaiah 65 and 24. Isaiah 65 and 24.
A lot of 24s.
Yes, sir. A lot of foes in here.
Mm-hmm. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear.
See that right there? That is confirmation of what just happened here. The Most High answers before you even finish speaking when you're walking in obedience. That's what happened here. The servant prayed, and before he finished, Rebekah showed up. That's how the Most High works when you are in line with his will. The Most High was already moving before the prayer was done, and look who she was, the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, Abraham's brother's wife. This wasn't an accident, family. The scripture says she was very fair to look upon, a virgin. Neither had any man known her. Now, some of y'all in here thinking this is just about physical beauty. Nope. This is description. It's showing us her whole character. Let me break it down for you in 2024 terms here. Fair to look upon. She was presentable and carried herself with dignity. Dignity. Something that needs to come back in 2024. Have y'all seen the attire of people today? Showing off everything. Everything. Leaving nothing to the imagination. Just showing off everything. They got a nerve to put God first on social media. Whoo, child. A virgin. She had standards. Standards. Not out here in these streets. Neither had any man known her. The Bible, again, emphasizing she wasn't out here playing games. She wasn't playing games, family. Now look at her actions here, Rebekah's actions. She didn't hesitate. She didn't argue. She didn't question. She immediately offered water to the servant and his camels. This is a picture of obedience and humility right here. She didn't know who this man was, but she was willing to serve. And that's how the Most High tests us, through our action, not just our words. Are you willing to serve? Are you willing to help out your brothers and sisters in time of need? He will send the test, and he will test you. Oh, this person say they love me. Okay, let me go ahead and send this person their way. Ask them for help. Let's see if they help them. We already saw what Christ said. Some of you Israelites out here talking, doing a lot of talking about how much you love the Most High. But when it comes time to serve, you are nowhere to be found. Poof, Casper the friendly ghost. Can't see him. They're like John Cena. Can't see me. You're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to humble yourself and serve others. And then you wonder why the Most High ain't blessing some of y'all. If you are not willing to serve, you're not walking in obedience, and you're not going to see the Most High's favor in your life. Let me repeat that to the ones in the back. If you are not willing to serve, you're not walking in obedience, and you're not going to see the Most High's favor in your life. Because if we go back to that Yahusha quote and just read the next verse after that, verse 12 in Matthew 23, look at this. For the ones who are too prideful to help out their brothers and sisters in need. For the ones who don't want to lend out a helping hand. Look at what the Son of the Most High says in Matthew 23:12. I think you muted yourself, brother.
And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
You see this? The Most High exalts those who humble themselves and what? Serve. 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 Big word today. Serve. That's the word of the day. That's what Rebecca did. She didn't just offer water to the servant. She went above and beyond and offered to water his camels too. That's the kind of obedience and humility the Most High is looking for in his people. Now watch this. She went down to the well with a pitcher. The servant ran to meet her. He ran. Some of y'all are too proud to show eagerness when the Most High is presenting your blessing. So she gave him that drink. She gave water to the camels. Until they have done drinking. Until they have done drinking. Y'all hear that right there? She didn't say, let me give them a little sip. She said, until they finish. If we go to the book of Psalms, in Ecclesiastes 9 and verse number 10, look at what Solomon says here. It's Ecclesiastes 9 and verse number 10.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
Do it with your might.
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest.
Most High telling you, you got a time limit. Because you don't know when your last breath gonna be. Trust me. You are writing your own resume right now. Each breath you take, each action you take out there. And so it's written on your spiritual resume. And the Most High gonna take a look at that spiritual resume before you go to that kingdom. Oh, yes, sir. You better be in tip-top shape. In the servant here, the scripture says he, wondering at her, held his peace. In 2024 language, family, brother was speechless. He wasn't running his mouth, wasn't trying to spit game. He was watching to see if the Most High was answering his prayer. Some of y'all need to learn to shut up and observe. Always running your mouth when you should be watching how people move. Look at what he was watching, though. Her character in action, her work ethic in motion, her willingness to serve, her completion of the task. Because look what Solomon says again. If we go to Proverbs 20 and 11. Again, that's Proverbs 20 and 11. Look at this verse.
Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right.
Most High always looking at your work, family. Everything you do in your life, the Most High is looking at. He's observing. He's seeing if you about this life or if you just all talk. And Rebecca did all this looking good. Ain't have to compromise her appearance to show her character. Some of y'all sisters think you got to choose between being presentable and being virtuous. Nope. Rebecca showed you can be both. But watch this. She wasn't doing this for Instagram. Wasn't doing it for the likes. Wasn't doing it for clout. She had a camera out there showing her helping this man, like a lot of these Instagram influencers are doing, YouTube influencers. Got cameras following them around, quote unquote, helping people, giving away money on camera for the likes, for the clout. She was just being who she was. And the Most High made sure the right person saw it. Are y'all understanding this? Are y'all seeing the way the Most High is moving here? Because a lot of you Israelites, man, y'all not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to humble yourself, and you're not willing to go the extra mile like Rebecca did here. And then wonder why your life is cursed still. You're doing all this Bible reading, you're doing all of the surface stuff, but the inside has not been worked on at all. And the Most High will not work on you. He will not be in your life if that inside is not worked on. Because you're not going to see the Most High's favor if you don't serve. Because if we go to Philippians 2, 3, and 4, look at what Paul says. Look at what Paul says right here. Philippians 2, 3, and 4.
Another 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
What this means is you need to stop focusing on yourself and start serving others. That's what Rebecca did. She didn't just think about herself. She went out of her way. I repeat, out of her way. She didn't have to help this man or his camels. She could have did what she had to do and get the hell out of there. But she went out of her way to serve the servant and his camels. And some of you need to start walking in that kind of obedience and humility if you want to see the Most High's blessings in your life. This whole walk, family, what I'm learning, it's about serving others. Getting away from the narcissism and the selfishness that this society promotes, and being selfless and humble, which is the opposite of what society tells you to be. That's how we have to be in this walk. A lot of us still carry that old residue of selfishness and stinginess. We bring that from the world into the walk. And the Most High ain't having none of it. So as I said, when he's watching this, when he's watching her in silence, he didn't jump to conclusions of who she was, which shows patience and discernment, family. Because the servant didn't rush ahead of the Most High's plan. He waited. He waited for confirmation. Because we got some of y'all out there that are rushing ahead of the Most High's will. You're not waiting for the confirmation. You want it now. You want it now. I want this now. I don't want to wait for it. I want it now. You're not seeking his guidance, and you're making decisions based on what? Your own understanding. And we already know about that understanding. It's flawed. And then after you've done that, again, you wonder why things are falling apart in your life. But you got to wait on him, family. You got to stop leaning on your own understanding and start waiting on the Most High to direct your path like this servant did. Put yourself in this servant's shoes. That's how you're supposed to be. That's what the Most High wants us to see in this chapter. You see this servant, you see what he did, you see what he said, you see how he moved, you see how he acted. This is how you need to be. You need to model yourself after his behavior. But also, you model yourself after what Rebecca did too. The Most High ain't putting this stuff in the book for nothing, family. These are all lessons that need to be learned, especially in 2024. Our people do not want to serve each other. These heathen, they come over here, and what do? They find their own people, and their own people serve them, help them get on their feet, get them a job, put some money in their pocket, get them an apartment, possibly even a car, or whatever. They help they people. And once they get on their feet, guess what they do? They go turn right back around and they go and help someone else. All these heathen do this. The Asians do it. The Hindus, the Arabs do it when they come over here. White folks do it. They pool money together. They do it. They got communities. The Amish are doing it. Who's the only people in the world who ain't doing this? Us. Us. And you wonder how easy it is for us to become manipulated. When we ain't got each other, we already focusing on each other. We ain't focusing on our people. We focusing on ourselves. What can I do for me? How can I improve myself today? And we wonder why all these nations, every time election season comes up, they pander to us because they know how we think. And we fall for it every single time because we are not one as a unit like the rest of them. This is what the Most High is teaching you, to become a unit, serve each other. And these heathen can't do nothing when you are depending on each other for resources and everything else. And you're taking that dependence and you're putting it into the Most High. Can't nothing, no heathen can tell you to do nothing. They have no power over you. You got your own stuff. This is what the Most High is teaching us here. And we're going to see more of this as we continue to go on in Genesis 24. We're going to read 22 to 28. I hope you guys are understanding this. I hope this is sinking in. Whenever you're ready, brother.
And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. She said moreover unto him, We have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in. And the man bowed his head and worshiped the Lord. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of my master Abraham, who hath not left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things.
So you see, verses 21, 22. After watching Rebekah complete this whole task, we talking about drawing water for 10 thirsty camels. The servant didn't just run up and propose. He presented her with gifts, a golden earring of half a shekel and 2 bracelets weighing 10 shekels of gold. Now, some of y'all thinking, oh, he was just trying to buy her. Nope. This was about honor, about showing respect, about demonstrating the substance behind his mission. If we go to Proverbs 10 and 22. Again, that's Proverbs 10 and 22. Check this.
The blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it.
So let's talk about the golden earrings and the bracelet. This wasn't just random gift. This was a sign, a symbol of the Most High's covenant and blessing. The servant gave Rebekah these gifts as a way of sealing the covenant between Isaac and her. This is a picture of how the Most High marks his chosen people with his blessings and favor. But don't get it twisted. This ain't about material wealth. This is about Most High's promises being fulfilled. A lot of you Israelites are out here chasing material things, thinking that's the sign of the Most High's favor. But let me tell you something. The Most High's blessings ain't about gold and silver. It's about being in line with his covenant. If you're not walking in obedience, you can wear all the gold you want, but it ain't going to mean a damn thing. Because the Most High's favor is about obedience, not wealth. It's not wealth. As we read in Proverbs 10 and 22, the Most High's blessings make you rich in what? Spirit, not just in material wealth. A lot of our people are chasing after this money, this gold, this silver, thinking that's going to make them blessed. They're doing it backwards. But all that wealth is going to bring you is sorrow. Look at these celebrities. A lot of them, they don't look happy. They don't look happy, family. They faking it for the camera, but they ain't happy. Sold they soul away for that gold and that silver. But do they look happy, family? Do they look happy? Do they look content in themselves? Nope. They doing drugs to cope. They drinking lots of alcohol to cope. For all the wickedness that they had to bring into their lives in order to get rich. So the servant, he asks her, whose daughter art thou? He needed to confirm her lineage, family. And she revealed that she's a daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah and Nahor, Abraham's brother, which is crucial because it shows that the Most High has led the servant to the exact family that he had chosen for Isaac's wife, which wasn't a coincidence. This was divine guidance again, family. A lot of you women out there, a lot of you sisters, you're out here accepting rings from brothers and don't even know their background. There's no vetting. At least not in the way they did it back in the day. Well, where's the vetting? Just jump in the bed. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get married. Don't know nothing about each other. That's the way I used to move. I ain't know nothing about these people, but I'm jumping in the bed with them and all kind of stuff. And it all ended badly. Each and every last one of them. The Most High is trying to tell you right here. Know about the people that's coming into your life, especially if one's going to be your husband or your wife. Know who they are first, please. Know what they're about. See if they're truly following the Most High or they just talking. Because there's a whole lot of Oscar-worthy performances out there. The next thing you know, they take off that mask and they show you who they truly are. And now you stuck like Chuck. Stuck. Because you was Russian. And Rebecca, she gave her full genealogy here. She knew who she was and where she came from. If we go back to Solomon again, whole lot of Proverbs in here. Proverbs 22 and 28. Look at this right here. Proverbs 22 and 28. As a reminder to know where you come from.
Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set.
This is what the Most High trying to tell you. Know where you come from. Most of our people don't know. They've been told they come from West Africa. You come on a slave ship. That's it. That's all they've been told, and they run with it. But Rebecca, she knew where she came from. That's how we got to be, family. We got to know where we come from so we know where we going. That's why I'm going over this whole book, this whole Bible. I'm going through every chapter so y'all know all the details. So y'all can see where we going, where we came from, how we got here. Then Rebekah, she showed even more of her character, offered him lodging and provision for the camels. This sister wasn't just beautiful and hardworking. She had what? Hospitality. Y'all see that? Hospitality. She went above and beyond. How many of y'all are going above and beyond and not just doing the bare minimum of what the Most High has told us to do? How many are doing more? And not just out of obligation, but because you want to do more. You want to see your people achieve great things. You want to better the man or woman that comes into your life. You want our people to achieve what the Most High wants us to achieve. This is what Rebekah doing here. This is what she's showing us here in 2024. This is generosity. She didn't have to tell him to lodge with them. She could have left that dude right out there in them streets. Went about her way. But she didn't do that, family. The servant didn't have to worry about where he was going to stay or how he was going to take care of his camels, because the Most High had already provided everything he needed through Rebekah. A lot of you Israelites out there today are worrying about how you're going to make it, how you're going to provide for your family, how you're going to survive in this wicked world. But let me tell you something. If you are walking in obedience, the Most High is going to provide everything you need. I repeat, everything you need. You don't got to worry about how things are going to work out, because the Most High has already made a way for you. Let's go to one of my favorite verses. Matthew 6. See what the Son of the Most High says here. Matthew 6, 31 through 33. Because these are the questions a lot of our people have going through their head throughout the day. Matthew 6, 31 through 33. She'll put all that to bed.
Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
You see, the Most High knows what you need, family. He knows. He knows. We already read it before. He answered your prayer before you even finish. He knows what you need. He knows what you're asking for. And if you are seeking his kingdom and his righteousness, he's going to provide for you. There is no need for you to doubt about anything in this world. Nothing. Zero. No fear. You should wake up every day knowing that the Most High gonna provide for you. And in this particular story, through Rebekah, the Most High already provided everything for that servant. Where he gonna stay, food for the camels, all that stuff. Some of you need to stop worrying and start trusting that the Most High is gonna provide for you if you are walking in obedience. And so after all of that, what did the servant do? He bowed down and worshiped the Most High right there in front of everybody. Wasn't worried about looking crazy. Wasn't concerned about what people think. Because if we go to the book of Psalms, look what the psalmist says here. Psalm 9 and 1. Check this out. Again, that is Psalm chapter 9 and verse number 1.
To the chief musician upon Laban, a psalm of David. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will shew forth all thy marvelous works.
That's the servant's reaction. He doesn't take credit for what's happening. He doesn't pat himself on the back for finding the right woman. No, he bows down and worships the Most High. He recognizes that it's the Most High who has made his journey prosperous, not his own efforts, which shows again humility and what? Gratitude. A lot of our people are out here thinking that they are the reason for your own success. You think it's your hard work, your intelligence, your hustle that's getting you ahead. But let me tell you something. If you are seeing success, it's because the Most High is blessing you, not because of anything you have done. As I've told you before, your free will is an illusion. You ain't doing nothing. The Most High is positioning you everywhere across this chessboard. You ain't doing nothing that he don't know about. Sorry to burst the bubble. You Israelites need to humble yourself and give credit where it's due. Because let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, real quick. See what the Most High says here through his servant Moses. That's Deuteronomy 8. We're going to read 17 and 18.
And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of mine hand hath gotten me this wealth. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day.
It's the Most High who gives you the power to succeed, not your own strength. The servant understood this, and that's why he bowed down and worshiped the Most High. Some of you need to stop taking credit for your own success and start giving the Most High the glory for everything he's done in your life. Let's bring this home to 2024. Shall we, real quick? Y'all want instant gratification. But real blessings require patience and observation. I'm still learning this. I'm one of those people. Instant gratification. Still got a hold on me. I'm trying to let it go. Number 2, y'all want to skip the character test. But guess what? Real connections require proof of who someone is. Because we all judge based on what appearance. They have what they call the halo effect. The more beautiful you are, the better you are treated. Everybody thinks you're smart and they're all the good qualities. But if you are not conventionally attractive in Babylon's eyes, then they give you all the negative qualities. Which is the opposite of how the Most High works. The Most High looks on the heart. He sees your spirit. He sees your character. But us today, especially with our people, we don't look for character. You choose your people, you choose your mate, your husband, your wife, whatever, based upon what they look like, instead of what they can do. What is their character? Are they truly about Yah? We skip that. Poof. We don't need to do all that. That's too much work. That requires too much patience. Our people, we are not a patient people. We all know this. And number 3, y'all want to hide your face. But guess what? Real servants of the Most High give him glory publicly. And sometimes you just got to put your hands up and say, praise Yah. And you can't worry about what other people are going to think about it. It is what it is. The emotions will just come over you. And some of y'all sisters in here, y'all need to hear this. Rebecca didn't have to chase. You got women today telling you, hey, you got to go chase a man now. You got to go chase a man. You got to go chase a man. You got to go after the man. You got women going out there approaching men. Men are just sitting back now. They have grown accustomed. They want the women to come to them now. This is how it is. It's gotten flipped, and especially in our community. It has flip-flopped. But guess what? Rebecca didn't have to pursue anything. She just had to be in position, doing what she was supposed to do with the right spirit. That's an example for y'all today, sisters. You ain't got to chase after no man. You just got to position yourself and just do what the Most High wants you to do. And the right man going to show up for you. That's how it works. It's the man that's supposed to find the wife, is it not? Not the other way around. This is how we got to be. So these verses here is about obedience, divine guidance, and humility. And a lot of our people, we need to start taking it seriously. Stop chasing after all this material stuff, thinking that's the sign of the Most High's favor. It's not. It's not about gold and silver, family. It's about what the Most High does inside. To give you that humility, to give you that gratitude towards him. That's what he's looking for, family. Everything else is going to come after the fact. But you got to do something in order for the blessing to come to you. It ain't just going to fly out of the sky, family, like these pastors tell you. Oh, you just got to pray and the Most High is going to answer you. But there's things you got to do. You got to be walking in obedience. And the Most High is showing us here in this particular story. So I hope you guys are getting this, because we're about to move on. Where we at now? Where we at? We were at 22 to 28, right?
Yeah, we on 29.
All right, 22, 28. Good. I got you. All right. Sorry, man. Yeah, I got lost in the notes. My bad. My bad. But I wanted to go over a little bit more about this jewelry, because something came to me when I was looking at this jewelry. So it said half a shekel, 2 bracelets of 10 shekels. The half a shekel here, family, represents the redemption price in the law. And the 2 bracelets, 10 shekels each, represents the 10 commandments on both arms, showing what? She was worthy to carry forth Abraham's covenant lineage. You see, the Most High was already showing you that before he even gave the commandments to the people. He was already showing you the symbolism. He was already showing it. Blew my mind when I saw that. Because the Most High don't put numbers in there for no reason. But we can finish now. We could go on. 29 to 32 now, brother. 29 to 32.
29 to 32.
Yeah. I say 33. 29 to 33.
33?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man, unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the earring and bracelets upon his sister's hands, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus spake the man unto me, that he had came unto the man. And behold, he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, Come in, thou blessed of the Lord. Wherefore standest thou without? For I have prepared thee the house and room for the camels. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet, and the man's feet that were with him. And there was set meat before him to eat. But he said, I will not eat until I have told mine errand. And he said, Speak on.
Now look at Laban's reaction here, family. When he saw the earring and the bracelet on Rebekah, he immediately ran out to meet this servant. Laban here, he recognized that this wasn't just some random traveler out there. This man was blessed by the Most High. He saw the signs of the Most High's favor, and he moved quickly to show hospitality. But don't get twisted here. Laban wasn't just motivated by the gold. Some people will say that. But he knew that the Most High's hand was in the situation, as we're going to later find out. And he wanted to be a part of what the Most High was doing. A lot of you Israelites today, some of you guys need to start recognizing the Most High's blessings when they show up in your life. A lot of you are missing these signs because you are too focused on your own plans, your own desires, and your own hustle. But let me tell you, when the Most High shows up, you better move quickly and align yourself with his will. Laban saw the blessing, and he immediately ran to meet this servant. Some of you need to start running toward the Most High's plan instead of running after your own selfish desires. Because a lot of y'all are in this truth, but are you really in it? Most of y'all still doing your own thing. Still following after the world, still following after material stuff, not working on your spirit, not reading the book, not doing nothing else. You just say, hey, I'm an Israelite, and y'all think, hey, man, that's good enough for me. I don't need to do no more work. The Most High got me. Some of these people think he was being hospitable. Some people, when they read this, he was being hospitable. But we already know about Laban. We're going to read about him more later in Genesis. Laban is a greedy man. He's a greedy man. He saw the caravan loaded with goods because remember, he bought 10 camels. Those 10 camels had all those goods on there. He saw this man. He saw it all. He's like, hey, come on, let me come over to my house. Y'all know how some of the Israelites be. They see you got some money, they want to be buddy with you. That's what Laban doing. But guess what? The Most High can use anybody's motivation for its purpose. If we go to Proverbs, again, Proverbs, Solomon all over this chapter. Proverbs 21:1. Look at this. The Most High can use anybody he wants to, family. Again, that's Proverbs 21:1. Check this.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
That's what he does. Look at verse 31. Laban called him blessed of the Lord. Even a carnal-minded man had to recognize divine backing. These heathen know who you are, family. They carnally minded, but if you are following in the Most High's will, they know the Most High with you. They understand. They can see it. They may not tell you that, but they know it in their mind when they see a man of the Most High. And peep this. He had already prepared the house and made room for the camel. That's what the Abraham blessing, making way. The Most High continues to show his blessings toward this servant, his journey, this mission he's on. The Most High's hand is in all of this. This is a picture of true hospitality and generosity right here. He offers to wash the servant's feet and the feet of the men with him. I can guarantee you, most people today are not going to ask if they can wash your feet. I can guarantee you that. Yahusha did it. If the Son of the Most High can do it, are y'all willing to wash people's feet? Most likely not. Most likely not. That's just the way the world is today. But as I said before, a lot of you Israelites are out there doing the bare minimum when it comes to serving others. You're not willing to go the extra mile. You're not willing to sacrifice your time or your resources and wonder why the Most High ain't with you. You wonder why all these things go wrong in my life. Why can't the Most High bless me? Let me tell you, the Most High honors those who are willing to serve and give generously. If you're not walking in hospitality and generosity, if you're not a cheerful giver, you're not walking in the Most High's will. Look what he says here in Hebrews 13:2. Again, that's Hebrews 13:2.
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
Some of y'all are missing out on the Most High's blessings because you're not willing to show hospitality and generosity to others, particularly your own brothers and sisters. Laban didn't know everything about the servant, but he recognized that the Most High was at work, and he moved quickly to show hospitality. Some of you need to start walking in that same kind of generosity if you want to see the Most High's favor in your life. Now, look at the servant's response here. They said meat out here before him. Said, I will not eat until I told mine errand. He don't demand anything either. He doesn't act entitled. He waits patiently by the camels until Laban comes out to meet him. Again, more humility, something that is needed in 2024. The servant knew he was on a mission from the Most High, but he didn't let that go to his head. He waited for the Most High to open the door through Laban's hospitality. Some of you Israelites out here thinking you deserve special treatment because you know the truth about who you are. You think because you're an Israelite, the world owes you something. But let me tell you, the Most High honors humility, not arrogance. If you're walking around with a sense of entitlement, look at those camps. You're not walking in the Most High's will. If we go to 1 Peter 5 and 6, Peter is going to sum it up. Again, that's 1 Peter 5 and verse number 6.
Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time.
You need to humble yourself under the Most High's hand if you want to be exalted in due time. The servant didn't demand anything. He waited in humility for the Most High to open the door. Some of you need to start walking in that same kind of humility instead of thinking the world owes you something. So this man was on a mission. He was like, man, I don't want to eat. I got to tell you everything first. He didn't get distracted by the hospitality, family. He didn't let comfort derail his purpose. He kept the main thing, the main thing. So look at the order here. He let them tend to the camels. He let them wash his feet, but he wouldn't eat until business was handled. Some of y'all letting everything distract you from your purpose. Netflix keeping you from your calling. Instagram keeping you from your assignment. DoorDash keeping you from your destiny. Because if we go look and see what Paul wrote to Timothy in 2 Timothy 2 and 4. Again, that's 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4. Another 4, baby.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
You see that right there? Chosen to be a soldier. Chosen to be a soldier by who? Who chose you to be a soldier? Y'all did. Paul is using a metaphor. If I bring that to you in 2024 term, he's saying a soldier wants to please his commanding officer. So he does not spend any time on activities that are not a part of his duty, which leads us to us in the truth. The Most High has chosen you to be a soldier. He is your commanding officer. So you should be focusing on what he wants you to do and stop focusing on all this other crap that Babylon is force feeding down your throat. He's telling you to stay focused. The servant understood something y'all need to get. When you want kingdom business, everything else can wait. He wasn't rude about it, but he was firm about his priorities. And look at Laban's response. Speak on. Even the worldly man had to respect that kind of focus and determination. Some of y'all need to learn how to say no to distractions. Need to learn how to keep your focus. Need to learn how to put the mission before your comfort. Because as I read to you before, what Yahushua said, having his hand put to the plow and looking back, you're not fit for the kingdom. So let's continue 34 through 49. Basically, all of this is just poof, repeating everything he said that Abraham told me up until this point. Again, that's 34:49, brother.
And he said, I am Abraham's servant, and the Lord hath blessed my master greatly, and he is become great. And he hath given him flocks and herds and silver and gold, and menservants and maidservants and camels and asses. And Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to my master when she was old, and unto him hath he given all that he hath. And my master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I dwell. But thou shall go unto my father's house and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master, Peradventure the woman will not follow me. And he said unto me, Lord, before whom I walk, will send his angel with thee, and prosper thy way, and thou shalt take a wife for the son of my kindred, and of my father's house. Then shalt thou be clear from this my oath, when thou comest to my kindred, and if they give not thee one, thou shalt be clear from my oath. And I came this day unto the well, and said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, if now thou do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say, Get to her, give thee, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink. And she say to me, Both drink thou, and I will draw for thy camels. Let the same be the woman whom the Lord hath appointed out for my master's son. And before I had done speaking in mine heart, behold, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down unto the well and drew water. And I said unto her, Let me drink, I pray thee. And she made haste and let down her pitcher from her shoulder and said, Drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. And I asked her and said, Whose daughter art thou? And she said, The daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bare unto him. And I put the earring upon her face and the bracelets upon her hands. And I bowed down my head and worshiped the Lord and blessed the Lord God of my master Abraham, which had led me in the right way to take my master's brother's daughter unto his son. And now if you will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left.
So right here, look how he started off in verse 34. I am Abraham's servant. Right off the bat, clear identification. No beating around the bush. Then he breaks down Abraham's blessed status. The flocks, the herds, the silver, the gold, the servants. But watch this. He ain't bragging. He's establishing the credibility of his mission because he's just giving a whole recap of what happened, why he's here and everything. And look at verse 36. He makes it clear about Isaac's position. Unto him hath he given all that he hath. Some of y'all trying to marry into situations where the inheritance ain't clear. Because a good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, as we learned yesterday or last week. Now watch the protocol he laid out from verses 37 to 41. He explained the oath he took, the specifications of who to choose. We already went through all of that. The proper lineage required, his own concerns and how Abraham addressed them. And then 5, the release clause if things didn't work out. Then in verses 42 to 48, he testified about what just happened at the well. He ain't add nothing, ain't take nothing away, just gave the raw facts. He showed how his prayer was specific. The Most High answer was immediate, as we saw. Rebekah's actions matched exactly what was needed. He gave glory to the Most High immediately. Because if we go to Psalm 150 and 6, again, this is how we have to show the Most High's glory. Anything that happens in your life, you got to give him the glory. Again, at Psalm 150 and verse 6.
Let everything that hath breath praise the Lord. Praise ye the Lord.
Right there. He's showing us this is what we got to do. He's giving you a whole blueprint here. But look at verse 49. This is the power move right here. After laying out all these facts, he says, now, if ye will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me. That's his request right there. This is a man who knows the Most High is in control. He's not begging or pleading. He's simply asking for a decision so he can move forward, which is a lesson for all you Israelites who are stuck in indecision. When you know the Most High has guided you, you don't need to beg anybody for approval. You just need to present the truth and let people decide. If they're with you, fine. If not, you move on. Because if we go to Matthew 10 and 14, Yahushua said the same thing. He said the same exact thing. Ain't nothing different. Again, that's Matthew 10 and verse 14. Check it.
And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet.
If the people don't want to hear the truth, you don't need to argue with them. This goes for us today. When you're trying to tell people, you're trying to plant seeds, you don't need to argue with these people. You say what you need to say, keep it moving. There's no need to go back and forth and get all heated like these camps be doing out there on them streets. You say what you got to say and move on. If they reject it, it is what it is. The servant wasn't about to waste time trying to convince Rebekah's family. He presented the facts and waited for the decision. That's how you handle business. No manipulation, no pressure tactics. Just here's the facts. Here's what the Most High did. What's your answer? Because the Most High shows you how you need to communicate as well. Yahushua does. Matthew 5 and 37. Again, that's Matthew 5 and 37. Check this out.
But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil.
So let's bring this home to us. Because some of y'all need to learn from this. When you are moving, I repeat, when you are moving in the Most High's will, you don't need to manipulate. You don't need to exaggerate. You don't need to negotiate. Just present the truth and let the Most High move. That's it. You don't got to do 20 questions. You don't got to give a whole PowerPoint presentation. You present the stuff to them. If they got questions, you can answer. If not, keep it moving. Have a blessed day, brother. If the Most High water those seeds, then that's what he does. You don't have to convince people. We're not trying to get people to join an MLM. This ain't Avon, family. We're not trying to recruit. People need to come in on their own if the Most High moves them. But that's how easy the Most High makes it for us. If we are moving in his will, everything becomes easy, family. Easy work. And look at how it ended. That I may turn to the right hand or to the left. He was ready for either answer. Some of y'all can't handle a no because you ain't really trusting the Most High. This whole passage is showing us how to move when we are on kingdom business. Clear communication, full disclosure, proper order, that's a big one, complete transparency, total trust. I repeat, total trust in the Most High's outcome. That's how we're supposed to move, family, right then and there. So let's go see what their response was to this. 49 through 61. Oh, we making great time. Great time.
Verse 50.
50 to 61. My bizzle.
Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, the thing proceedeth from the Lord. We cannot speak unto thee bad or good. Behold, Rebekah is before thee. Take her and go, and let her be thy master's son's wife, as the Lord hath spoken. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servant heard their words, he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment, and gave them to Rebekah. He gave also to her brother and to her mother precious things. And they did eat and drink, he and the men that were with him, and tarried all night. And they rose up in the morning, and he said, send me away unto my master. And her brother and her mother said, let the damsel abide with us a few days, at the least 10. After that she may go. And he said unto them, hinder me not, seeing the Lord hath prospered my way. Send me away that I may go to my master. And they said, we will call the damsel and inquire her at her mouth. And they called Rebekah and said unto her, wilt thou go with this man? And she said, I will go. And they sent away Rebekah their sister and her nurse, and Abraham's servant and his men. And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands of millions, and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them.
61.
And Rebekah arose and her damsels, and they rode upon the camels and followed the man. And the servant took Rebekah and went his way.
So let's check out 50-51 right here. Laban and Bethuel respond by acknowledging that this thing is from the Most High. See, they know. Even a worldly man knows when the Most High is moving. We cannot speak unto thee good or bad. They recognize that this is the Most High's will, and they don't try to fight it. They give their blessing for Rebekah to go and marry Isaac. This is a powerful example, family, of submission to the Most High's will. When you see that the Most High is working, you don't argue with it. You just submit to it. Stop fighting it. You're not going to win, trust me. Because a lot of y'all are fighting the plan that the Most High has for your life because it doesn't fit with your own desires. But let me tell you, when the Most High is moving, you better get in line or get out of the way. Laban and Bethuel didn't try to argue or negotiate. They just submitted to what the Most High was doing. If you go to Proverbs 19 and 21, again, Solomon again, Proverbs 19 and 21, look at this right here, Most High flex. Again, that's Proverbs 19 and verse 21.
There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand.
You can have all the plans and desires you want, but at the end of the day, it's the Most High's counsel that will stand. Laban and Bethuel understood this, and they didn't try to fight against the Most High's will. So after all that, what did the servant do? He worshiped the Lord, family, bowing himself to the earth. He understood, as we saw earlier, all success comes from the Most High. He didn't take credit. He gave all the glory to Yah. Plain and simple, family. Every time progress was made, he gave glory. Some of y'all only praise when you get the final result. There's a big difference. So now, verse 53 and 54, the servant is bringing out these jewels of silver, jewels of gold and raiment, and gives it to Rebekah, her brother and the mother, which shows again the Most High's blessings being poured out when his will is followed. You want to be blessed? Follow what the Most High got for you. Follow his plan. Stop being stubborn. Stop being prideful. Humble yourself. Sacrifice. And do what the Most High wants you to do. And then guess what? All these blessings. The servant didn't come empty-handed. He came with gifts, just like the Most High comes with blessings when you walk in obedience. He gave that to the whole family, fam. He didn't give it to just Rebecca. He gave it to the brother and the mother. That's that Abraham wisdom. Honor everybody involved. Because look what Solomon says. Again, Proverbs 18 and 16. Again, that's Proverbs 18 and 16.
A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men.
Right there. But check this out, though. Here comes a test. Here comes a test. Verses 54, 55. After eating and drinking, they tried to delay. Let her abide with us a few days. Let us stay here for a little bit, man. At least give us 10 days to decide. But hold up. Some of y'all would have compromised right here. Some of y'all would have said, all right, then, all right. I guess we can wait. But this servant wasn't having it. Hinder me not, he says in 56. When you know you moving in the Most High's timing, you can't let nobody, I repeat, nobody slow you down. Because when it comes, family, it's going to come regardless. That time going to come regardless. Servant knew this. He said, hey, don't hinder me. Let me go. Y'all made the decision. Let's get out of here. There's a divine timing at work here, family. The servant knew this. There's no looking back. There's no waiting. And so Rebecca made her decision. They called Rebecca and asked her. Some of you Israelite men out there think women had no voice back then. Nope. On something this important, they got her consent. Wilt thou go with this man? And what did she say? I will go. I will go. She made the decision. Women had to say men. A lot of men out here, a lot of Israelite men out here who are treating women as if they're just objects to just sit there and shut up. No. Most High said, we dead in that right here. She made her own decision, family. Women out there, do not allow men to talk for you. You can make your own decisions. You can make up your own mind in accordance to the Most High. You don't have to just stand there and look pretty. You can talk. The Most High gave you a mouth too. That's the faith response right there, fam. She ain't need a 40-day fast. Ain't need to consult her friends. She recognized the Most High's hand and moved. That's faith. To go marry a man she never seen, never met before. That's faith, family. Faith means stepping out, even when you don't know all the details. She ain't know nothing about Isaac. He never talked about Isaac. She don't know nothing about him. But she knew this was the Most High's will, and she was ready to go. Some of you need to stop waiting for all the details and just start walking in faith. Let the Most High deal with everything else. So 59 through 61 showed a proper send-off. They blessed her, sent her nurse with her, gave her a proper escort, and released her with authority. So let me break this down for you, 2024. When it's the Most High's will, opposition can't stand. When it's the Most High's time, delay ain't an option. When it's the Most High's way, provision is abundant. How do we know this? If we go to the book of Philippians and see what Paul had to say. Philippians 4 and 19. Check this out. Again, that's Philippians 4 and 19.
But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus.
And look at that final scene, family. Rebecca and her damsels rode upon the camels and followed the man. That's what faith looks like. She left her family, she left her comfort zone and everything familiar to follow the Most High's leading. How many of y'all willing to do this? What she did here. How many of y'all willing to go marry a man you know nothing about? But you know if it's the Most High. She knew it was the Most High though. How many of y'all can do that? How many of y'all got that faith? How many of y'all can do this? Up and leave your home to go gallivant to a land that you never seen, to go marry a man you never met. That's true faith, family. And the Most High calls for us to have that same kind of faith. Some of y'all are missing your blessing. Because what? You want too many confirmations. You listening to too many opinions. You scared to leave your comfort zone. You're trying to negotiate with divine timing. The Most High is showing us when he orders something, everything, and I mean everything, falls into place. You don't need to be scared. The provision comes. The authority aligns. The timing works. All you got to do is be bold enough to say, I will go. Can y'all do that? But check what it said there in 60. Look at that. Thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands of millions. That's us, family. That's us. Because out of came Jacob. And through Jacob came the 12 tribes. And through them came all of us today. And let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them. Who hate us, family? Everybody do. And guess what? When Yahushua come back, we going to possess the gate. We going to be in control of the whole earth. I repeat, the whole earth is going to be under our subjection. We're going to be the rulers. We're going to be the ones telling people what to do at this time. That was a future prophecy right there that is going to happen when the Most High say it's time. That's speaking directly to you. Look around you. How many people hate our people? How many people? For no reason. Just hate us. Don't even know us, but just have that hate built into them. Just hate us. Steal all our stuff, but don't care about none of us. Steal our culture, everything. Give us no credit, nothing. But they hate us. Steal everything we have, but they still hate us. Her family blessed her, telling her seed to possess those people. Y'all see that? Possess. That is an action word. That's a harsh word today. But it's going to happen, family. These people, we are going to possess them. Not like they possessed us. This ain't going to be no chattel slavery. But guess what? They are going to listen to us and be under our rulership for all eternity. The Most High going to flip it. He going to answer that blessing and make it come true. So let's finish this bad boy up and read verses 62 to 67 and call it a day.
And Isaac came from the way of the well of Lahairoi, for he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. For she had said unto the servant, What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
So let's start with Isaac, verse 62. He's coming from the well of Lahairoi. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Which means the well of the living one who sees me. Isaac is coming from a place of provision and life here. He's not out wandering aimlessly. He's coming from a place where the Most High has already shown his faithfulness. Some of you Israelites out here are wandering, lost and confused, because you're not staying close to the Most High's provision. You're chasing after the world's wells, wells that are dry and empty, when you should be drinking from the living water that the Most High provides. Because if we go to Jeremiah 2:13, check this out right here. This is about our people today too. It happened back then, but it's still talking about our people today. Again, that's Jeremiah 2:13.
For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out of cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
We rejected the Most High. Some of you are out here digging your own wells, doing your own thing, trying to find satisfaction in this wicked world, trying to make it here, trying to make a name for yourself. But those wells, family, are broken and can't hold any water. Isaac was coming from the well of Lahairoi, a place where the Most High had already shown his faithfulness. Some of you need to get back to the Most High's well and stop drinking from the world's broken cisterns, because it's the same well that the Most High met Hagar. Same one. He had his eyes on her. He had his eyes on him. Same one, family. Verse 63 shows or says Isaac went to meditate in the field at evening time. He wasn't at the club, wasn't on Tinder. He was in spiritual reflection. And that's when his blessing showed up. He wasn't wasting time, family, or getting caught up in the distractions of this world. He was reflecting on the Most High's goodness and seeking his guidance. Some of you Israelites need to stop filling your minds with the garbage of this world and start meditating on the Most High's word. That's this book we reading. Some of that, the book that a lot of y'all are allergic to. Some of y'all don't even open it. Some of y'all don't even open it. You don't want to nourish yourself with this word. This is the only thing that can nourish you, family. Anything outside of this word is foolishness. It ain't going to fulfill you. It ain't going to satisfy you. You're going to be hungry for more. Hungry and hungry. Look at all these people. They buy all this stuff each and every day. They buy all these new things. Christmas coming up, they finna buy more crap. More crap for their kids, and they're going to get tired of it and throw it in the garbage. And then they're going to have to buy more crap. More crap, more crap. What are they doing? It's not satisfying. It's not fulfilling. But guess what is fulfilling? Guess what will satisfy that spiritual appetite? This word. So Isaac was meditating on that. And that's when he saw the camels coming. The Most High blessed him. Some of y'all are missing this blessing because you are too distracted by this world we in today. You need to get your mind right and start meditating on the Most High's word so you can see the blessings when they come. Now look at Rebekah. She lifted her eyes up, saw Isaac, and what did she do? She lighted off the camel. She didn't sit there waiting for Isaac to come to her. She got off the camel and prepared herself to meet him. This is readiness and obedience on display. Some of you Israelites are sitting around waiting for the Most High. Yes, sir. Waiting for the Most High to drop them blessings in your lap, but you're not ready to receive them. You're still sitting on them camels, too lazy or too distracted to get up and prepare yourself for what the Most High has for you. Because check out what the Son of the Most High says. If we go to Luke 12, And we're going to read 35 and 36 real quick. That's Luke 12, 35 and 36.
Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for the Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately.
You need to be ready when the Most High moves. Rebecca didn't wait around. She got off the camel, prepared herself to meet Isaac. Some of you need to get off your camels, get off your laziness, your distractions, your excuses, and start preparing yourself for what the Most High has for you. She asked his servant, "What man is this?" And when she found out it was her future husband, she took a veil and covered herself. That's that modesty. That's that honor. Some of y'all out here trying to catch a spouse by showing everything. Y'all see the women out there dressing today. I told you earlier. Y'all see them. They showing everything. Rebecca showing you don't got to do all that. She covered herself in respect for her future husband. Some of y'all need to learn this. You're chasing after the world standards, dressing and acting like the heathen, trying to get attention from men or women, but you're not walking in modesty and humility like Rebecca. 1 Timothy 2 and 9. Y'all know about this verse. Again, that's 1 Timothy 2 and 9. But for the ones who don't know, here it is.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
Most High calls for modesty and humility. Not for you to be out here flaunting yourself like the world. Rebecca covered herself because she understood the importance of modesty and respect. Some of you need to stop chasing after the world's attention. Start walking in this modesty and humility before the Most High. How can somebody else respect you if you don't even respect yourself? So the servant here is catching them up on everything. Testifying everything that happened in verse 66. No secrets, no hidden agendas, full transparency. This shows you accountability and faithfulness. The servant wasn't doing his own thing. He was following the instructions of Abraham and Yah. And he reported back everything he had done. Some of y'all are doing your own thing out there, though. Not following the Most High's instructions. And you think you don't have it to answer to anyone. But let me tell you, the Most High's watching. And you're going to have to give an account for everything you do. Everything you do. People may not be able to see it, but the Most High is watching. He looking right at you doing those bad deeds. He looking right at you. You think you're getting away with it, but the Most High just biding time, waiting for the perfect moment to bring judgment upon that head. Romans 14 and 12, brother. Don't listen to it from me. Listen to the Most High say. Romans 14 and 12.
So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God.
You're going to have to give an account, family. Just like this servant is doing to Isaac. You're going to have to give an account for how you lived your life. Like I said, spiritual resume. The servant was faithful, and he gave a full report to Isaac. A lot of y'all need to start living with that same kind of accountability and faithfulness. Stop doing your own thing and start following the Most High's instruction. Now watch how it wraps up. Verse 67 is the climax. Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent. That's proper order right there. She became his wife. This is the Most High's plan coming to fruition. Isaac didn't go out chasing after random women. He waited for the Most High to bring him the right one. And Rebecca didn't go out looking for attention. She followed the Most High's plan and became the wife of Isaac. This is how the Most High brings his plans together when you walk in obedience. A lot of y'all chasing after relationships that the Most High never intended for you. You're out here dating, fornicating, and getting caught up in all kinds of mess because you're not waiting on the Most High's plan. But let me tell you, if you're not walking in obedience, you're going to end up with the wrong person, and it's going to bring destruction into your life. Proverbs 18 and 22, fam. Check this out. Proverbs 18 and 22, proper order here.
Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord.
Findeth a good thing. He findeth a good thing. Let me break it down. Divine connections happen when you are in position spiritually. Your spirit got to be in order, family. You can't expect the Most High to be working and putting favor in your life if your spirit is still filthy and dirty. True love comes with order and reverence, i.e. respect. Real relationships bring comfort and healing. Comfort and healing. A wife is a good thing, but only when it's done according to the Most High's plan. We got to stop chasing after the world's version of relationships out there. Babylon giving you all kind of bad advice. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. You got to do none of that. Have faith in the Most High. The right person will be there. He will bring the person into your life. So what's the takeaway from all of this, man? What's the takeaway? This whole chapter, talking about obedience, faith, divine time, the Most High's divine timing, serving others. It shows the man was in position spiritually. The woman moved with reverence. The union brought healing. Everything happened in proper order. Some of y'all need to get off them dating apps. Get in position spiritually. Learn some respect. Trust the Most High's timing. Wait for his divine connection. Because when the Most High orchestrates everything, no games needed. A lot of games being played nowadays. No games. You don't got to read no books. You don't got to watch no YouTube videos to try to get advice. No games needed. No manipulation required. No uncertainty involved. You will know. Just pure divine orchestration that brings healing in completion. We read Psalm 37 and 23. Again, that's Psalm 37 and 23.
The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way.
And that's how this beautiful story of divine connection ends. A perfect picture of how the Most High brings people together when they do things his way. This right here is a masterclass in divine relationships. We need to be walking in modesty, humility, and faithfulness, just like Rebecca, so that when the Most High brings his plan to fruition, you are ready to step into it. And with that, I end my lesson. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah for allowing me to impart this wisdom upon your ears today. I pray that you guys were spiritually satisfied with the lesson today. And y'all willing, next week we'll pick it up with my favorite chapter, Genesis 25. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sabbath. Shalom to everyone, and y'all bless.